Joining us now is Ojunika Jinix Okwe, the chief of Umukwata.
Thank
we gave
you.
her this chieftaincy.
You gave me the chief, only you.
Yeah, the chief of Umukwata.
The chief of Umukwata
Yes.
Kingdom. You have to go and pay. I think they used to pay for those
Don't
things.
worry, how much
Yes,
is it?
I don't know. In fact, you know,
money?
It's nothing. Good morning, Ayo. How are you?
Doing great.
Great. Good morning, our favorite Niger wife. You know, yesterday I said
Ojunika
Dubai.
Jinix. Yes,
Did I tell you my daddy called me once and said, why do you call the Zimbabwean lady Mafe? I said, because she's our favorite Niger wife. Don't worry, look at all the people advocating for me to call your name. We'll leave it.
It's okay, we can
Well, all
balance
right. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending. With reactions trailing the power outage across parts of Nigeria. After the national grid collapsed, again, the grid was said to have tripped off around 11 a.m. on Wednesday after power generation dropped from over 4,000 megawatts to 1,200 megawatts. Many Nigerians have expressed frustration over the constant problem of grid collapses in the country. Last year, the grid collapsed about 12 times and has collapsed over 100 times in 10 years. Let's take some reactions. Osondu wrote on X, what is national grid collapse? Nigeria has only 3,000 megawatts of electricity in a country of 200 million plus population. You guys are joking. Go to South Africa. They have 75,000 megawatts in a country of 51 million population. Nigeria doesn't have electricity. I know you can attest to that, Vimbai. Another X-user wrote, there will always be outage since you literally moved everyone to Band A without being able to even meet up with 20 hours daily minimum supply, making customers pay through their nose without getting value for it, making more profit while customers are losing. This is too bad. I mean, is this the second grid collapse this year? I think I read it somewhere. Yeah, it's the second already this year.
They denied the first
one, yeah.
But it felt like
yeah,
it.
but this was confirmed on, on X. There was also the TCN confirmed that there was a grid collapse yesterday. I mean, throwing people in Abuja, Lagos into darkness. It's unfortunate. Vimbai, before I come to you, there's also the issue of electricity tariffs. On Wednesday, aggrieved electricity users in Aba, Abia State, under the aegis of Aba Consumers Forum, staged a protest against the recent increment in electricity tariff by indigenous power company Aba Power Limited. The protesters, made up of traders, artisans, retirees, and civil servants, were protesting to draw the attention of the governor of Abia State, Dr. Alex Oti, to their plight, urging him to intervene. I mean, these people are talking about the fact that their electricity bill has increased from, from 80,000 to 90,000 to 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira. Civil servants that make what?
I thought they said Batunaji's power station is not giving a 24 hours power in Aba.
These are the questions. These are the questions.
So your bill will go up.
It costs money.
It costs-
If you're going to have 24 hours.
Is that Batunaji's power station? Is it
They
giving
said
them power?
it's Aba.
This is Aba Disco. It's not Batunaji's
no,
power station.
it's the issue on tariff.
That
They'll
means
pay
that
more.
means the news that time that Abana House was is
No, they
fake
had
news in the morning.
temporarily.
Temporary.
Yes, it wasn't sustainable.
So
Violence.
It wasn't sustainable.
No, this is unfortunate.
Beleke.
I am so frustrated hearing these sorts of
Hey.
stories. I mean, these people are in darkness, basically, and then they have to pay all that amount of money. Vimbai, talk to us about even your experience living in South Africa. And I know that you guys also had some sort of, electricity, load shedding and all of that. I mean, what can be done, really?
South Africa is a
So-
good example.
I mean, I know, I'm just saying to compare.
Well, South Africa is, they've recently celebrated,
Yes.
I believe, 280 days of uninterrupted
Of
power
uninterrupted
supply.
power
So
supply.
they've been able to, but the issues are the same, which is that you have old power plants, old equipment and so forth that over the decades has not been upgraded. You have maintenance issues. You have so many issues happening. Now I don't want to look at South Africa, actually, I want to look at Zimbabwe. Where Zimbabwe was facing a similar issue because a lot of Zimbabwe's power is hydroelectric. So when there was a drought earlier in the year, it meant that obviously there's no water flowing in the dam, so there was a cut in electricity supply. So what the government did is they said that what the grid generates can't power everybody. So we're going to prioritize private citizens. Let electricity go into homes. Then all you manufacturers, industries, big companies and whatever, find investors, power yourselves, which I think is, as much as we're going to the state level now, I think it's a low-hanging fruit, and maybe it's something that's feasible. If this grid can be dedicated to households, to private individuals, and let all the big organizations go and figure out who can invest in their power. Most of them are doing it already anyway. You have Dangote and so forth. I believe private entities are already generating about 4,000 megawatts for themselves and for the communities close to them. So I think the feasible way forward, and the states are also taking too long. So look at what's happening in Abia State. We thought that they'd reached a breakthrough, but it seems that this corruption is just going from the federal level to the state level. Lagos State has also announced a number of investments and a number of deals with regards to stimulating the localized grid. But again, things are moving way too slowly. So in the meantime, I think to reduce the pressure on the grid, let households enjoy the grid and let organizations figure themselves out and put it into their working capital, their working costs.
I know you want
with
to
due respect, most of organizations are already doing
They're already doing
it. There's
it.
no
Households are already doing
company
it.
that is what is sought in Nigeria today. That doesn't have its own independent power generation. You think Dangote Refinery is a national grid?
They're all powering themselves.
They're all powering themselves. So what's the problem here? The problem is, and like you said, Ayo, most estates, in fact, you were enjoying it at gas from something before the system didn't work again. What is really happening? What should we do? See, Nigeria needs a multi-grid system. This one national grid, it can't work. Why? Government is not ready to make the major investment in that grid system. It's not going to work. Forget it. Do they have the money? No. Adebayo was saying it the other day that it will cost them over 30 billion. Where's the Siemens deal in the mud and all of that? Independent state grid system is something Governor Tinubu wanted to do in Lagos there with Aaron. That's what Mr. Batunaji was. But I'm hearing feelers from Abia that there was never 24 hours power. It was all propaganda. So those videos were in the month. No, it was never. They said they were never.
That's the report you are getting from Abia State. That's the report I'm
getting from Abia State. You can counter it with report. How can we quickly have this multi-grid system? Can people provide their power? In fact, in some development, what do? You provide, if you have excess, you send it back to the grid. Redeem Camp is off-grid. What's it called? Other business is off-grid. That's the long-term solution. As we are today, you can't have that level of solution except you put investment.
All right.
So it must be independent grid system, not this one we are doing that. The government doesn't even have the money.
All right.
If Mr. Adilabu is saying you need over 30 billion to fix the grid, the question has to ask for the entire budget for this year, $30 billion. What's the entire budget? It was less than 30 billion. They just bumped it to about 34, 35, $36 billion now. So you can't spend almost all the budget on one grid system. So let's